establish a little bit of confidence on myself, right? That earlier, before the DT session, I always used to think that all the problems that I was having, or the challenges that I was having, it was very specific to me, and maybe it is me who is not being able to come out of those blocks and mental blocks, right? And it's only me who is kind of a victim to those circumstances, right? First of all, that DT session, when people started to open up, and that credit goes to you, right? The way you had been able to create that comfort zone amongst us so that we could have opened up freely, that first thing that really gave me a lot of peace of mind, if I may say so, that it is not a drawback in me, or it is not that I am lacking on something, or it is not that I'm overthinking about some of the problems. This is something that most of the women, maybe even men, I don't know, but at least there are other people also who are facing the similar problem. So that was the first thing, right? Peace of mind that I got. Second thing that I thought is that though I was aware of the amygdala term per se, but how really it impacts the day-to-day activities and how we can control it, those mechanisms that we discussed, right? Be it counting or take a deep breath, whatever you spoke about, right? um, Once I started to put it in practice, um, I saw that there is a difference. There's a lot that I have to still do. There are still moments where I get panicked and I just fumble for words, or um, but at least now I recognize that yes, I'm getting that amygdala attack, right? So better maybe I stay quiet instead of telling something, fumbling, or making myself um, look very awkward. So that's the other thing. And the third thing is, uh, I think someone else also told few days back, one of the wheel participant, that uh, how to see a problem, how to approach a problem. Um, that is a little bit structured, and I'm still working on that, Dina, to be very frank. It's not that I have solved that puzzle. I know that why, who, how, that we have to still go on asking. But at least uh, I know that there is a structure which can be used to solve most of the problems, right? To untangle all the complexities in a problem and try to make it look simpler so that you can attack the problem one by one, not taking everything at one go. I think these are the three things that I would say was the main thing. Obviously, a byproduct was that I got to know you and the other 6 people who were in my cohort, and I can reach out to them even now for any help, be it personal or be it professional.
Thank you, Sonali. I appreciate you sharing those things because they're really important. And wanted to ask you, before you had been a part of the diagnostic thinking group with the initial 6 women, what do you think made it so unique and different that you didn't experience before or didn't have an opportunity to experience before?
Uh, I, yeah, the diagnostic thinking, this specific concept, right? I don't think that anyone had explained that it can be just that few women of the same background can come together, and there will be another woman who will be just guiding them with some questions, and you will be able to simplify a lot of problems, or most of the issues that you might be facing on a day-to-day basis, be it personal or professional. Uh, till that time, it was always those trainings, which was mostly one directional, right? That there were some advices that were given. Mostly it was based on some theories that had happened earlier, which might or might not be relevant in today's context or in particularly to a person, right? It might or might not be relevant. Hitherto, it was always a generic solution or generic approach, right, that was provided. Here within this small group and without any fancy tools, right? Again, if I go back to the some of the trainings without naming them, if I was attending, then there were so many courses, so many exercises were given, fancy PPTs, fancy PDFs, you go update, 30, 40 questions you answer, and then they will come up with a generic kind of solution, right? But here the approach towards solving the problems and trying to address some of the core problems, I think that was the simplicity of it really touched me, right? You don't have to really go to that kind of that extent of analyzing to get your answers.
Well said. I think that's one of the things that I enjoy so much about that process is it's so individual and it's so unique and it's so packed on how it's the unconscious piece that really doesn't get used at the workforce or even in our personal decisions because we only use about 5% of that, but 95% is kind of packed in this unconscious, but yet experiences and our beliefs kind of define how we make decisions. And I really appreciate that because it's simple, but it's also very hard. It's not easy. Are you still there, Sonali? Sonali? Are you still there? Sonali?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Dina?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
Yeah, I think there is an issue with my network, so I will not come on camera because then I'm struggling for the bandwidth.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, I think I appreciate what you're saying. So talk to me a little bit, it was a simple process, but how hard did you think it was during the process? Do you think it was simple process or from a receiver, being in the person who were trying to help facilitate the current situation? How did that feel from sitting in your seat?
Yeah, so while the entire process, when I look back at it, looks to be simple, why, as I said, that there are 6 people who are on the board, and then there's one lady who is trying to ask few questions, writing them on the Word document, and you are being able to get answers to your problems. It looks simple, but if someone asks me today that can you do that session, can you facilitate that session, I'll say that no, right? Because I think that it is a skill on how to make the first of all is that break the ice, right? So initially, I think all of our 6 people, we were hesitant to how much we can open up, how to open up, how to ask those questions, or how to answer those questions. I remember many a times we try to jump onto the solution and trying to tell the solution to the others when they come up with a problem, and how we are going to organize our thoughts, not to give them the solution, but really ask them more questions so that they can find the solutions on themselves, right? So that is an art by itself, and it is not simple to be done. That I had realized throughout all those sessions that I have attended, and even today when I look back at, and I think that it requires a experienced person or an SME to really ensure to, first of all, make that comfort zone for all the participants and to extract I wouldn't say the answers maybe, but um, make them go to the right direction so that they can help each other to find the right solution for each individual.
Thank you. How important is psychological safety in a group?
For me, when you say psychological safety, can you talk about it? What do you mean about it?
Yeah, so psychological safety is the ability to share thoughts, feelings, decisions without being judged or shamed or, criticized for who we are. How important is that?
Very important, right? I think that's the first thing that I was trying to say when I said that to break that ice. At least I think it took me the first session. I don't think I had opened up a lot in the first session because we always have the feeling, at least I have the feeling, where I think that if I say so, how the other person is going to perceive it, what is the opinion that he or she is going to form about me, right? And tomorrow, is she or he going to go and discuss about me with others, and how is it going to impact, especially on the professional side? Personal side, it's so sometimes maybe you can pogo, but on the professional side, since the stakes are a little bit different at that point of time, right? And people are not personally attached to you. So this fear was always there, that if I share something, if I share my weak points to this group of women, how they are going to take it, what is the opinion that they are going to form about me, and whether they are going to share this with any other broader group, and how that will impact us, right? So I think making that thing go away is a first step to really see that this kind of sessions are effective. Unless and until you are being able to come out of that zone, you'll not be able to be open up and be honest. And unless you are honest, then you can't have your problem solved. So that was one unique thing. Definitely, I should have mentioned about it, that DT helped really um, to make me realize that yes, there can be friends in the professional world also where you can open up, right? And how that culture work. Hitherto, it was really unknown to me. I would not have believed it if anyone would have come and told me. And if I was not in a DT session, I would not have believed that this could happen.
I appreciate that. And it's really hard to explain, being the owner and creator of it, just how impactful it is. So to hear the stories from, you, from the colleagues, for people that you've offered it up to other women is so powerful for me, because I think it's something we all need. But it also, you brought up a great point. There has to be kind of an opt-in, kind of an emotional buy-in, that you're safe enough to be able to discuss the hard things that get in our way, and their personal decisions, but yet their business decisions. And, having this opportunity for women, if you could sum it up for the women, the 26 women who you offered it up to, for everyone else, maybe share just a few sentences about what you think, they really got out of this.
At least I'll be very frank, Dina, I didn't really poke them a lot exactly what they had gained out of the DT session, but in the forums that they had shared, most of them spoke about that DT had helped them positively. One is similar thing, right? That how they should approach a problem, right? That is one thing that they said. The second thing that they spoke about is that again, they were able to establish this group confidential group, and they are still in connect with them, so which has helped them a lot. Um, um, I think these are the two things that I kept hearing from people, that how they were able to look at the problems with help of the DT sessions. That stood out for them, most of them.
I thank you for that, and I was on the call not too long ago, I want to say about a week. It almost sounded like there was almost a sense of relief.
Yeah.
That they could move out of a situation that they felt stuck and could move. And I'm thinking, that maybe what I see. What do you see for this type of a program inside of an organization? Where do you see that it fits?
I think that this kind of a program is should be imbibed by all the organizations who are going for organic growth and wants to really have a culture where people feels safe, they are being able to um, they know that okay, there is a system in the organization to not only help them on the domain or technical knowledge that is required for them to grow up in the career, but also to help them um, uh, have a holistic view, right? How to really grow in the professional career so that they can become the future leaders, right? Not only the technical domain knowledge will take you beyond a certain step. You have to develop your personality holistically. You have to understand how scientifically you are going to approach the problems, and DT can help you to do that. So I believe that all the organizations who are willing to, and to be very frank, Dina, it is my thought process. I don't think that DT should be limited to only women. I think even there are men who are facing these issues, or they might be benefited out of such sessions. So the outreach of such programs should be across the organization for all the population, and it should be one of the concentrated effort from the organization to incorporate such a program in their development or training structure, if I may say so.
Thank you so much. And I think going back to what you said is that an organization can't be agile and grow unless you have an inclusive culture of safety.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, you're not going to be able to grow both individually and as, high performing teams. So thank you so much for sharing, all your thoughts. What would you say to somebody, and this is my last question, Sonali, what would
No
you say to
problem.
somebody who is hesitant to be a part of a diagnostic thinking group?
Give it a try. Give it
Yeah.
a try, yeah. I think I think this is a very different program. It's very difficult to make people understand the value of it unless and until you are part of that journey. It's my feeling, Dina. As I said, that if anyone else would have come to me and explained about it, yes, I would have been interested, but would I have wanted to spend an hour, or would I have wanted to spend even from the money perspective, right? I think that unless and until you take that plunge and have that faith, it will be very difficult. So try it. I would just say that, yeah. It will be a differentiator in your personality.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's even hard from the person who developed it, you know, because I am so passionate about it. But what you just said, I think is really powerful, is that for anyone who's sitting on the fence, that diagnostic thinking is very unrealized until you jump in and get the most out of it, right? But it truly is an opt-in, but you have to create that safe culture of trust with the group that you have, which that's always very paramount. Is the first thing that we try to do is to create that safe space so people can feel comfortable and sharing ideas and thoughts, which is a great leadership capability for everybody just to hold that space. So Sonali, you're such a joy for me to have known. I really hope and pray that it continues to grow for a lot of people. And I want to thank you for being on my journey to get this story out and sharing your perspective. I really appreciate it a lot.
Okay, my pleasure. My pleasure. If I could have helped anything for you, Dina, my pleasure. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Sonali. Have a good evening, and I'm
You
sure
have
I'll
a
see you
great
soon.
day. Yeah.
Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too.